Welcome to episode 14 of Bottoms Up, and in this episode we have a trophy lift because we've just been crowned Premier League champions, and then more importantly we have a first and second leg ties against Barcelona in the Champions League semi-final. Welcome to episode 14, folks. Let's get into the video. Leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, all that sort of stuff. And the last time you was here was for the second leg of the Champions League quarter-final against Bayern Munich and the FA Cup semi-final against Manchester City. 2-0 win against Bayern, 3-1 after extra time against Manchester City. We then played Man City in the league, and it was at the Emirates. Comfortable 3-0 win. Schmetz, Havertz and Mahara getting on the score sheet in that game. If we have a look at the stats for it, as you can see, we absolutely dominated Manchester City in that game. It was not even close. They were a shadow of the team that we played in the semi-final. Then we played Crystal Palace, and we were in a position here where if we won here and Tottenham dropped points, and I believe they lost against Brighton, then we would be crowned Premier League champions. And we won the game, they dropped points, we were crowned Premier League champions, as I said in the intro. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to quickly hand over to Past Me, who has the trophy lift for you. And here we go, folks. It is the trophy lift. We've won the Premier League, a 3-0 win against Crystal Palace with a much rotated team. And our players, they're all walking up. They're all getting ready to lift the trophy. The first time they've lifted the trophy in 5 years, I think it is. And here we go. The fireworks are about to go off. The confetti is about to pop from the sky. And here we go. Go on, go on, go on. Yes! Arsenal Premier League champions. What a season it's been. We've only lost one game so far. We've drawn a couple. And this is another part of the clean sweep that has continued. And we are Premier League champions. And the best part about it all, we've lifted the trophy at my old home of Selhurst Park. So not only was the best part of that the fact that we got to lift the trophy at Selhurst Park, our old home ground, of course, was that also the former Arsenal manager, Simone Inzaghi, is now the Crystal Palace manager. So he got to witness me lifting the Premier League trophy right in front of him and his team. And not that I wish to rub it into Crystal Palace, because we all know I love Crystal Palace. But it was around this time last year I left Crystal Palace. I had the last few games of the season with Arsenal, and then this is obviously a first full season. And since then, we've gone on to reach massive heights, winning everything that comes our way. And today, Barcelona stand in our way. The quest for the clean sweep. Barcelona are in our way. We're in the semi-final of the Champions League against them. We're going to have both the first leg and the second leg today. I'll play the Brentford game off camera. So we'll get into the Barcelona game right now. And let's do that. We're going to avoid Real Madrid this season, which is always a bonus for me. What I have also worked out is that Saka and Nwaneri and Pataka will all be available for the FA Cup final, and should we get to it, the Champions League final as well. Pataka picked up an injury in the game against Crystal Palace. He turned in a man of the match performance with 2 assists and then decided to get injured. He's only out for a few more days, so he'll probably be back for the game against Brentford. Whether he plays or not is another matter. So we changed the team from the game against Palace because we did rotate quite heavily. So we've got Restes in goal, Calvo left back, Palau right back, Escalada and Saliba in the centre of defence, Zaire Emery and Silva in the centre of our midfield, Van Persie and Mahara out wide with Havertz in behind, Nick, Jonas, Schmetz. The first leg is away from home. We are going to the Camp Nou, or the new camp, whichever way round you prefer to say it. And from players, I mean, Balde we know from real life, Gavi we know from real life, Haaland we obviously know from real life, I think Victor Roque as well. They've obviously got a decent team. I mean, they've just knocked out Real Madrid. They're second in La Liga so far this season. And let's get into it. Haaland is obviously going to be the danger man for us. But if we can overcome Barcelona, then we will be in the final of the Champions League, and the clean sweep will absolutely be on. As I said before, we've already won the Club World Cup, the Community Shield, the Carabao Cup, now the Premier League. We've got an FA Cup final to come towards the end of the season. And then this is the big one, because now we've won the Premier League. This is now the only trophy, technically, we need to win to complete the objective of the series. And so, yeah, this is the main thing. It doesn't matter now about any league games. The FA Cup final technically doesn't matter. But here's Kenta Mahara. Oh, he almost found Thiago Silva there. Not that Thiago Silva is the most clinical finisher, but he could have certainly made an assist. But Barcelona win the ball back, and now they're on the attack. Passing it around quite nicely. That's a nice little bit of play. And Gavi is through, and it's 1-0 to Barcelona. That is not a particularly good start. There's going to be no VAR check on this one, folks. That is as clean as a whistle. And in the 23rd minute, Gavi has absolutely torn their defence to shreds with the first shot on goal, the first shot on target, and the first goal of the game. Here's Calvo with a cross into the box. It comes out to Palau. He puts the ball in. Mahara, Kenta Mahara. Oh, the referee's got his finger in his ear. Oh, don't disallow it, ref. I'm begging you, please. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. That is absolutely 100% a goal. There you go, and you agree with me. Kenta Mahara making his presence known against Barcelona in a Champions League semi-final. That's what your big game players are for, to turn up in these games. And we go to half-time. It's 1-1 at the half-time whistle. If it finishes even, I'm absolutely taking that. Don't forget, in the away leg of a European game for a 2-leg tie, the aim of the away leg is to stay in the game. Even if we lose, as long as it's by no more than 1 goal, then we fancy ourselves to overturn it back home at the Emirates. But if you can get a draw or even a win, then obviously that puts you in a really good position. Right, we have the next highlight. Calvo. It's gone down. It's going to be a penalty. It's going to be a penalty, folks. And this is going to be Kenta Mahara's opportunity to really stamp his authority on this game, because he will take this penalty. He's usually very reliable. Please don't miss, Kenta. Now I'm giving you the big build-up. He does, and he sends a keeper the wrong way. He coolly just chips it down the middle. He's got a yellow card, but it don't matter. He's still going to be available for the next game. And we lead Barcelona 2-1 at the Nou Camp. I assume it's a Nou Camp. It doesn't actually say the name of the stadium on here. But, right, we need to make substitutions. They've got Victor Roque has gone off injured. We've got a whole host of yellow cards here. Saliba doesn't seem to be playing particularly well, so bring Brian Kayunda on. Same can be said for Calvo, and I think we'll bring Parisi on for him. I'm not going to make another substitution yet, but Thiago Silva also doesn't seem to be playing particularly well. I've also taken off 2 of the 4 players we've got on yellow cards. I don't usually change 2 defenders at the same time, because it always seems as though you're running a bit of a risk there. But, see, I want to take Palau off, but then that means we've changed 3 of our defence. I'm going to take Thiago Silva off, bring on Roger Giardini, and I think we're probably going to leave it at that. Do I bring on Calduin for Palau? Do you know what I'm going to? I'm going to protect him because he's on a yellow card. I don't want him missing the second leg. We're leading 2-1, and like I say, even a draw would be a really good result. We're going to go down to balanced mentality. We have the start of the next highlight with Durin taking the throw in. It's now with Mahara. Zaire-Emery! Oh, Warren Zaire-Emery. I mean, that would have been as good as putting the game out of sight if he'd scored a 3rd goal there. Next highlights of us. Mahara with the corner. Puts the ball into the box. Comes or something like that. Their goalkeeper comes out and collects it. Big kick upfield. We win the second ball. Caldurin has it. Don't just give it away now, please. To Kayunda. Goes back to Restes. Can we fashion something from the back? Here's Zaire-Emery. Oh, he's giving it away to Gavi, who puts it straight through. Oh, good tackle from Escalada. That was a stunning tackle and a really crucial. Why is he running away from the ball? You just run away from the ball and that's gone back to Barcelona. Here's Gavi, gets a cross in, and that's 2-2. That is so annoying. That is so frustrating, because you can see our defender just ran away from the ball. You can't tell me that's happening in real life. The defender's just running away from the ball. Oh, it's been disallowed. Oh, this referee is an amazing ref. He is one of the best in Europe. It's got to be said. Right, Zai Emery can come off. No, he can't. He can stay on. Mahara can come off for Calderon. He can have a standing ovation as he leaves the field. 2 goals in today's game. And that's a goal kick, I think. Yeah, I worried then it was going to be a penalty. It was Haaland that had the goal disallowed as well. At the new... Oh, hang on, no, I won't say that yet. They've got a free kick. Haaland's going to take it in the 96th minute. Oh, he's at the post. Oh, my Jesus, swept. Oh, wow. I mean, is that not the end of the game? Yes, it is. It's full time. Wow, what a game. Full time, 2-1. Haaland with a goal disallowed and he hit the post in the 96th minute. We deserved the win. We were the better team in that game without a shadow of a doubt. Well done, boys. Absolutely delighted with that. We get a 2-1 win away from home against Barcelona in the Champions League. Let's just check we've not got anybody else out injured. No, Mahara's shined. We'll give him all the praise that he needs. I mean, I'm practically praising him every week for one reason or another. Right, I'm going to play the Brentford game off camera and we'll be back for the second leg of the Champions League semi-final. We could be about to go through to the final. So we've played the game against Brentford and it was a comfortable 5-0 win. Christopher Calderon after 17 minutes. Jack Gordon getting a debut for us and scoring on debut on the 43rd minute. He didn't really know much about it. The keeper cleared the ball from a back pass and it hit him on the head and went in. Cal doing in the 53rd minute, Schmetz on the 75th minute, and Mauricio Escalada with quite a nice goal. It was put across the box and he just swept it with his right foot. He's weak with his 2 feet. And on the 94th minute, made it 5-0. As you can see from the team, Restes in goal, Durin and Parisi in the wing-back positions. Kayunda and Janil Francis, another one of our highly rated youngsters. We gave a debut to him. Picked up a yellow card, got a 6.8. It was a fine, if not spectacular, debut. Calderon was out wide on the right. Gonzalez and Giardini in the middle. Pires, Calderon was in the middle and Pires was on the right. Bruce on the left. Jack Gordon up front. And then we brought on Calvo, Saliba, Escalada, Schmetz and Mahara in the second half. Just gave them some game time, but just gave them mainly a bit of a rest. And it was a nicely rotated team and a really nice, comfortable victory. We now move on to Barcelona for the second leg of the Champions League. We lead 2-1 from the first leg. In terms of who we play in the final if we get there, Inter Milan have smashed Valencia 6-0 on aggregate, 4-0 in the home leg, 2-0 in the away leg. So Inter Milan await the winner of this game. And hopefully that winner is us. We're not going to be dirty and go from positive to cautious. We're going to stick with what we are. We do have a couple of returnees. Pataka is back in the right back role. Ethan Nwaneri is available for 60 minutes. So we've got him on the bench as well. So we've got Restes in goal, Calvo left back, Pataka right back, Escalada and Saliba in the middle of the defence, Zaya Emery and Silva in the middle of the midfield, Van Persie and Mahara out wide with Havertz in behind, Nick, Jonas, Schmetz. So let's get into the game. If you've not left a like on the video already, please do so. It really does help to push it out to people. And let's go. Let's beat Barcelona, or at least not lose, so that we can get through to the Champions League final. Big game in the context of our season, of our series. Just a massive game in total, this one. They're all big games coming up now. Well, with the exception of the Premier League games, of course. But here's a highlight. Calvo puts the ball in the box towards Schmetz. Oh, I thought he was going to head that in. Nick Jonas Schmetz had a great opportunity to give us the lead there. We full house here at the Emirates, of course. Havertz with the free kick, puts the ball in the box. They partially clear it as far as Warren Zaire Emery. He's now with Calvo. Back to Emery, back to Calvo. Is he going to give it back to Emery again? No, he's going to mix it up a little and go with Pataka, who's way over here on the right for some reason. Gets it again, gives it to Havertz, and that was a bit of a weak and feeble shot really from Kai Havertz. But the highlight's still going, and it's with Barcelona, which is quite a worry if the highlight's still going, because you don't usually get them this long unless there's going to be a goal. But we've won it back. Mahara's got it. Emery to Van Persie. Shaquille Van Persie. Oh, he's hit the post. Shaquille Van Persie has hit the post, and that's the end of the highlight. It's a very strange, long highlight. Pataka with the throw-in, and the ball goes all the way back to Restes. Quite some ball back to the goalkeeper, to be fair. Restes now gives it to Escalada. He plays it to Calvo. He comes down this left-hand side, gives it to Zaire Emery, finds a bit of room for himself. It was a bit of a hopeful ball into the box, which is not really how we play. But Havertz gives it to Schmetz. 1-0 to the Arsenal. 23rd goal of the season from Nick Jonas Schmetz. And we're 1-0 up on the night, 3-1 up on aggregate. The Champions League final beckons for Arsenal Football Club and for me and for us, for everybody. It's been a really good start to this game for us. Really good start to the first half. Possession is slightly in their favour, but we've made the most of the possession we've had. And there's a bit of a lull in the highlights. We get into the 43rd minute. There's going to be just 1 minute of time added on, and that is half time, folks. And we are 75% of the way towards doing what we need to do. They're making 2 substitutions at the start of this half. When you look at their team looks absolutely knackered. I'm assuming they've not rested players or anything. Haaland with a free kick, you know what he's capable of. But Restes tips it over the bar for a corner. Yeah, I'm assuming they played at the weekend and fielded pretty much their first team. Maybe that's the advantage of having such a massive lead at the top of the Premier League. I'll show you the table after this game, but it was something like a 16-point lead we've got at the top of the table. We're something like 30 points ahead of third place Manchester United. Havertz with the free kick, puts it into the box, comes out for Zaire Emery. Zaire Emery still manages to keep it. Calvo puts it in, and that's a goal from Kenta Mahara. He has haunted Bayern Munich. Out of the 4 goals we've scored against them, he's got 3 of them, and he continues this amazing goal-scoring record that he's got. And I think with 20 minutes to go, we're going to bring Nwaneri on, bring Bruce on for Shaquille Van Persie, bring Nwaneri on for Kai Havertz, killer Kai, of course. And I think we'll bring Durin on for Pataka. 3 goals to the good, 4-1 up on aggregate. You wouldn't think we're going to let that slip in the last 20 minutes. Here's Zaire Emery. We look really on top in this game. Schmetz is through. What has he done? Oh, he's gone out for a corner. I was going to say, surely you'd expect him to do better from there. Nwaneri with the corner, getting 20 minutes into his legs. We absolutely want him available and fit and ready for the FA Cup final. And Nwaneri was offside when he received the ball there. And I think what we can do now is, coming up to 80 minutes, we can probably take off Zaire Emery, bring on Giardini, take off Kenta Mahara for Christopher Calderon. And do you know what? I'm going to give Jack Gordon a run. Oh, we can't. We've made a 5. Oh, well. Sorry, Jack. Not going to happen today, sunshine. Who knows? You might end up coming on in a Champions League final. Right. 7.5 minutes to go plus stoppage time. Barcelona with the highlight. Inacio. Victor Roque's injury obviously wasn't that serious because he's playing again today. Here's Debas to Richie, to Jair. Ball over the top, looked quite hopeful and was not a particularly good one. Restes claims it. The highlight's continuing though, and Restes is taking his time, goes for a long kick. We win the second ball. Calderon gives it to Saliba. He gives it to Giardini, to Nwaneri. Calderon to Schmetz. He's through Schmetz, and it's a goal. It's 3-0. There's no involvement from the referee, linesman, or VAR. It's 5-1 on aggregate. And bearing in mind how good this Barcelona team are, they've put Real Madrid out in this competition. And we've done the number on them in the first leg, a 2-1 win. And we've been in total control in this second leg, you have to say. And we've got an opportunity to maybe make it 4-0 on the night. Calderon's got the ball, gives it to Schmetz. It's cleared. Calvo looks like he's got a bit of an injury. Yes, he has. Giardini to Alistair Bruce. Loses the ball, but Silva has it. Bruce! Oh, it was nearly 4-0 on the night. There's about 10, 15 seconds to play. Schmetz puts the ball in. Nwaneri. Back out to Schmetz. And that is it. That's full time, folks. And we are in the Champions League final where we will play Inter Milan. And we'll go to the schedule now because, we've received 10 million for that. Calvo's injury is 2 to 3 weeks. That's a bit of a blow for us, I have to admit. And it probably means he's going to miss the final as well. Injured Calvo out of FA Cup final, at least he might be available for the Champions League final. But if we go to the schedule, I think what we'll do is for tomorrow's episode, we'll play Fulham in the FA Cup final and the final league game of the season. And then we'll come back on Monday for the Champions League final. I think it deserves a standalone episode. I have given this some thought. And yeah, I think considering how important the Champions League final is, it deserves a standalone episode. And it gives me an opportunity as well to put more thought into whether the series ends if we win that. At the moment, I'm edging towards no, it won't. Again, let me know in the comments what you think. Do you want to see how much we can actually go on to dominate European, domestic and world football with Arsenal? Or do you want something new? Do you want a new series? Like I said, I'm thinking of doing another Journeyman, but maybe starting abroad somewhere, disabling the English leagues, things like that. Let me know what you think. But as for today's episode, we're through to the Champions League final. Tomorrow's episode will be Fulham in the FA Cup final and Leeds as a final league game of the season. And then Monday for the Champions League final. So thank you very much for watching. Please leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. I love to see the subscription numbers going up. Thank you to all of you that have subscribed so far. Really appreciate it. It means a lot. And I'll see you tomorrow for the next episode. Thank you very much. Bye.